Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. And today you find me in what I would say was one of Land Rover's most important cars, which they launched last year. This is the Discover Sport plug-in hybrid. Let's take a closer look. This is the Discover Sport plug-in hybrid. Now this one is the R Dynamic SE, so it's middle of the range, so it sits right in between the S and the HSE. Finished in Santorini black, looks a bit filthy today. Looks really, really nice. You know, it's a Discover Sport, exactly what you expect out of it. Now let's talk to you about the options on this car. We've got 14-way electric seats with memory. We've got privacy glass. Both cost options. Land Rover, why are we still paying for privacy glass in your vehicles? Come on, make them standard. So the difference cosmetically with the SE is that this comes with a black styling pack over the S. Looks really aggressive from the front grille and the sides, and it looks to me like got rare kind of like tinted lights, but it could be like just dirty. So this car is £50,535, so that circa that 50 grand again compared to its competitors of the X3 and the GLC. For those company car drivers, this car on a 40% taxpayer from April will cost you £185, which is good value. From April 2022 it goes up to £201. Now when you're looking at company cars, if you had this in the diesel version, you'll be looking at something like £500–600. So there's a massive saving on that. Massive saving on the fact that it's electric, which means that you can get up to 34 miles on pure electric, and then use the fuel when you need to. So you know, you not only are you saving in your wallet, but you're also helping the environment. So it's genuinely speaking, it's a very good car. One of the most significant things in this car is that you can actually charge it with a rapid charger, so you can get 80% of the battery in 30 minutes. I think the only other car that can do that, or plug-in hybrid that can do that at the moment, is the Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV. So that's a massive, massive advantage over the competition. This one has 44 grams CO2, claimed electric range of 34 miles, but we'll go on to that when we go out for a drive. They reckon you can get 144 mpg in this car. There's only one way to find out. Let's go for a drive. Okay, how does this thing drive? So 1.5 litre engine, 8-speed automatic gearbox, and that's kicking out 200 horsepower. Actually, it surprised me how well it's actually doing it. I was expecting the car to be heavier. I was expecting the engine to be sluggish. Complete opposite. It genuinely has surprised me how good this engine is. It weighs 30 kilos less than a traditional combustion engine vehicle in this car, which is great. If I got that wrong, I do apologise. But even with the batteries in the back, it's still not a problem. You know, it still feels... You could live with this car. It feels really good. You know, a lot of people have said to me, oh, but it's got a 1.5 litre engine. How is it? Because it's, you know, it's a Discover Sport. It could be heavy with the batteries. None of that. None of that at all. You'll be pleasantly surprised how good it is. The battery range, right, so it claims to do 34. I've seen 28. Bearing in mind, this is a delivery mileage car. Now, I keep saying this, I haven't had one long enough to actually go and evaluate it, but I've got 28 miles of electric. I'm getting an MPG of 123 miles. I'm cruising. It genuinely is a very, very nice car. Now, this, as I said, is the R Dynamic SE, so it's middle of the range spec. You can get an HSE, which comes with a few more toys as standard. Notably, I believe I think it's 18-way electric, and the Meridian sound system, different set of alloys. So minor things, but for me, I would pay the extra for the HSE. Now looking at this car inside, it has got the new PV Pro, as they call it. It's a system which I believe is taken from BMW, which makes this touchscreen so much easier to use. But not only that, it's actually very responsive. So it's great. It genuinely is. Again, I always say I'll prefer a kind of like a mouse or something to use it without taking your eye off the road. But you know what? It genuinely is very, very good. It is very good. So you've got the simplicity of that. It's comfortable. It sits well on the road. It's a nice height. It just feels as premium as you expect it to. Drives extremely well. Genuinely, I'm impressed with this car. Against the competition, so obviously I've driven the GLC recently, I've driven the X3 last year, both very, very good cars, and this will give them a run for its money. If the German brands are not looking over their shoulders, they need to be, because this will pip sales from them. The company car market, certainly those drivers that I know who take company cars, they've considered one of these, and most have ordered one of these. The only thing that's put them off is they haven't been able to test drive it under the current climate, which will obviously be changing very soon. Listen, this car is as good as it should be, genuinely speaking. Full of quality materials used, as you expect from a Land Rover product. You know, the name behind it is easy. Seriously impressive. Coming on the channel very soon is the Evoque plug-in hybrid. Now again, I believe the one I'm getting is also the R-Dynamic SE. So that's going to be very interesting. I've got that for a slightly longer period of time, which means I will be able to give you a decent review on the car, rather than me having it for the short time like this one. I've had this for 4 days. It goes back tomorrow. So from that perspective, you know, that might be a more in-depth review. But I tell you something, guys, if you're genuinely looking at this, you won't be disappointed. Remember, the boot's not compromised in this car. In a combustion engine Discovery Sport, you can get a 7-seat option. That means smart about it and put the batteries there. So you can't get a 7-seat option in the PHEV. However, you've got a big enough boot. The boot is not compromised at all, which, you know, you would have seen on the other two, the Merc and the BM. They are. Can't go wrong with it. Cannot go wrong with it. I'm still doing 123 mpg. It's very impressive, that. Very impressive. So petrol range, just to let you know, I've got 3/4 of a tank, and it's telling me 223 miles, which hasn't moved. Must admit, I'm actually quite surprised how this car performs. I didn't expect it to feel as light as it is. I know, speaking to a few colleagues and a few friends that have been interested in this car from a company car perspective, the biggest kind of question of what has been the engine. You know, is the 1.5 engine any good? Is it going to handle the weight? And you know what? It does. It handles really well. It drives extremely well. You don't feel the fact that it's got a 1.5 litre engine in it. Genuinely speaking, it's a really good car. I think Mercedes with the GLC and BMW X3 will have something to worry about with this, but I think that they'll be looking over their shoulders. They'll look over their shoulders and say, actually, do you know what? All of a sudden, there's a new kid on the block that can compete with them in the company car market. So it's going to be interesting to see what numbers are like when they've got a full year of sales on this at the end of this year. Guys, as always, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this review on the Discovery Sport PHEV. I do have the Evoque coming very soon, as I've mentioned, so keep an eye out for that. As always, let me know what you think in the comment section, give it a thumbs up, and make sure you have hit that subscribe button. Bye for now.